Hey, what is going on everybody? My name's Ash and welcome to the Road to Glory career mode. If you do enjoy the video, please drop a like. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to check out any social media links, they'll be down in the description below. So we're starting off this Road to Glory career mode and we're going to be taking over Yeovil Town in the League 2 and hopefully take them as far as we can until we receive another manager offer, and we will then decide as a career mode whether we will take that offer or continue on with Yeovil. And we're going to go into the pre-season first of all, and we're going to be simulating the pre-season so we can get through the entire pre-season up to the first game in one episode. And we're going to go ahead and go for the most expensive because we just want as much money as possible, and we haven't got that much money to be dealing with, so we have gone and got set ourselves a two-star scout for now, just to try and get some players into the youth squad who we can use to sell. Our league objective is to fight for promotion, so that is a top 7 finish, so that's decent enough. And we look through the squad and we've got a few players that we need to worry about. We've got 2 goalkeepers who aren't the greatest. Our 5 centre backs we have, one is a loanee and one is retiring at the end of the season, so not great. Again, at the right back position we have a guy who's loaned in for a year who's not that great, and we also have one solid right back, and we also have 2 left backs in the squad who are decent enough and should be around for a year or 2, so we're not too worried about them. In the central midfield position we do have a wealth of talent in there, but we do need to try and improve that in the next season. And also in the right midfield position we have a lot of players available to us as well as strikers, but we do need a left midfielder at some point. But we're going to move on anyway and have a look at some players that we did shortlist. And we shortlisted a bunch of free agents just so we can get them in on the cheap and hopefully bring them in and improve them to sell on at a later date once they reach their full potential. So we're going to go ahead and put out scouting reports on those and wait for those scouting reports to come back and see who's good enough to get into the team. But while we're doing that, we do go out and put a loan offer in here for Christian Manor, who is playing for Royal Macedon in the Belgian league, who is actually plays for Chelsea in real life, but he's loaned out there at the moment. And we also got to pick up this Leandro for Ponte Prete in the Brazilian league, who is a decent cam, 16 years old and can grow, but he's just there to help us build the squad for now. And we move on into a training session here. We're looking to try and bring these players in as quickly as possible, and we do see some basic growth but nothing of any ratings yet. And Leandro does accept the loan deal, so we're going to bring him in as our first player on loan, and also the right back Mania does also come back into the team. Moving on into the first game of pre-season, we're coming up against Tromso, and nothing actually happens in this game. It is a very boring game that finishes 0-0 with no incidents in the game whatsoever, so we're just going to move on and see what else we can do. We move on into another training session here, trying to get some growth in our players, and we get our first rating increase from Soblak, our centre back, who is our highest rated centre back that actually belongs to us. Our other centre back that's higher rated is actually loaned in from Coventry, I believe. And we're going to go ahead and try and pick up a right back as well, trying to get some rotation in the squad. And we pick up the 62 rated right back Popovic, who's a free transfer. He's 21 rated, so hopefully we can increase his rating and sell him on in a year or 2. And we move on into our second game of pre-season against Modulen, and we do end up taking a 2-0 lead very quickly, and we do end up going on to win the game. So we see the offer for Popovic has been accepted, so we're going to bring him into the squad, giving us some more squad depth and making us a stronger team as we go towards the start of the season. So we go into our final group game of the pre-season tournament, which is going to be against Hampstead, and we do take a 1-0 lead, and then we make it 2-0 through Zocco, and we do end up winning the game. So we move on into another training session here. We brought the new right back into the training, trying to get him up as quickly as possible, and our other centre back is actually the one who grows and goes up to a 59 rating, and brings him even halfway through to 60. So if he can continue to progress, we'll have 2 decent centre backs when the 66 rated centre back does leave at the end of his loan. We move on into the semi-finals of the cup, and we do end up losing this game 2-0, but there's nothing much we can do. Another scout report comes back, and we got Arturo Mina, who's a centre back, 63 rated. Again, another player that is going to help us fill out the squad and give us a decent centre backs to work with, as we are going to be with 3 centre backs at the end of the year if we don't bring anyone else in. So he does accept his offer, and we're going to bring him into the squad, giving us some nice depth in that centre back role. So now our defence is sorted. And we go into another training session here, trying to bring these players through and trying to get the squad as high rated as possible to help with the push towards this season. One of the things I want you guys to tell me in the comments section down below is, do you want me to bring in a scout future star? If you do, let me know and I will bring him in for the next episode. We do get an offer here for our goalkeeper, but we're not looking to get rid of him yet, although he isn't someone that I plan to keep long term. Until I can get a youth keeper or a decent keeper on the free agents, I'm not going to be looking to bring him in. We went out and listed up a bunch of players for loan. The ones that are on 1 year loans have a 2 or more year contract. The ones that are on the short term loans have 1 year left on their contract, and we could be looking to sell them in January to bring in more funds. So we move out here and go into another training session, and once again we just get some nice growth. Our new right back has grown up to the 63 rating, which will make him our highest rated centre back in the club, and also Swanee has grown up to that 60 rating now. So another strong centre back option in the defence, and our 5th centre back is leaving the club. Alex Lacey is going out on loan for a year. We bring in 2 players from the youth squad, although they only have a maximum potential of 80. If they can get to 70, they'll be decent players to sell on and get more money into the club in our 2nd or 3rd season if we do stay that long. Iffy Allen is going out on loan, but his is a short-term deal, and we'll try and sell him in January. It's going to bring an end to the episode. In the next episode, we'll be starting off our league campaign. But until then, my name's Ashley. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.